Sunjay Nath, ladies and gentlemen.
If you take any group of people, you can subdivide them into three groups. Top 10%, bottom 10%, and majority 80. Top 10, bottom 10, majority 80. Let me define each group for you. The top 10 wants to be there. They go early, they leave late. They never complain. When you say jump, they say how high while they're in the air. These are the excited, annoying people. You know, the type of person that wakes up in the morning, they look at themselves in the mirror, and they get jealous. Look at you. Top 10. Bottom 10, they have to be there. You know, they go late, they leave early, they're always complaining, they got victimitis. It always rains when I go golfing. My spouse caught me cheating. It's not my fault, I'm big boned. Okay? These people suffer from a condition I refer to as optical rectimaris. That's a crappy view of the world, yes? Okay. You got your top 10, you got your bottom 10, you got a big chunk in the middle called the majority 80. By their definition, they will go to whichever group is more empowered. Whichever group is stronger, whichever group has more social influence and accolades will either bring up the majority 80 or bring them down. So the question is this, and by the way, if you're part of an organization where the top 10 are revered, where success is rewarded, where you're given accolades and praise, this is called a dynamic organization. It moves forward. If you're part of an organization where the bottom 10 are revered, where it's cool to cut corners, to lie, to cheat, to steal, we call that government. Sorry, no, we call it, sorry, that's called a static organization, and it goes nowhere. So the question becomes this. If you're in a position of influence, and you're trying to get a group of people to move toward a common goal, who does it make most sense to target? Because they all make sense. The rationale behind the bottom 10 is if I can move these people in the organization, I can probably move anyone. So basically, if I go under here, pick them up, I pick up the entire organization. That makes sense. Well, the majority 80. Well, there's maybe, 200 people in this room, majority 80 makes 160 of you. If I can get 160 of you moving toward a common goal, the reality is I don't care about the other 40. Because in that 160, I have the mass majority, the critical mass, the tipping point. I've crossed the chasm, whole whack of people. You know, insert business cliche here, but this is the big group. So that makes sense. Well, what about the top 10? Well, the top 10 makes sense too, because these guys are probably the easiest ones to work with, and perhaps I can somehow leverage these people to get those people. That makes sense. So the best way I can probably explain this to you is to go through an example. So here's the example. Our organization is the 200 people in this room, and the Grand Poobah, the CEO, has come to me and said, Sunjay, congratulations. You are now in charge. You're the project champion for the blood drive clinic. Your goal is very simple. Your goal is to get people to give blood. You got 100, or you got 200 people in this organization, go. So let me define each group based on this criteria. We have a top 10, a bottom 10, and a majority 80. And I need to point out, top 10, bottom 10 does not mean good and bad people. It means based on what I'm measuring, what my desired result is, people either exhibit those behaviors or they don't. The reality is, as a human being, you are top 10, bottom 10, and majority 80 in different areas of your life.